cannot eclipse the first act. That's the way we do it here. So I don't want to be too exciting. I don't want to be too big. I'm glad no one came closer. No one came into you understood before the aura. You have to keep the space clean. You have to keep it clear. Also, I think in comedy, much like prison, we've learned no touching. I think those are two things we've learned. So it's nice to have a variant. It's nice to have a bit of a gap. That's something we've learned. That's something we've learned over the Bill Cosby, Louis C.K. Take your pick. We've learned. You keep a little extra space, and everybody goes home okay. Also, no comics should touch your drink. I'm just gonna specify that now. There are some scary people in here. What's gonna happen? We're gonna bring on the first act. His name is Matthew Farkas. So please make him feel welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stage. Your opening act for this session, Matthew Farkas.
Hi. Thank you for having me. I'm an American, and I'm sorry. I don't know what we did this time because I didn't watch the news today. I can tell you sorry for yesterday. I caught that. That was not great. Really, anything lately that the president says has destroyed my entire concept of embarrassment at this point. I could do anything up here. My pants could fall down. I could fall out of the window. I would be perfectly content until I hear the next thing that he says. So I apologize. It's been nice being here. It's really nice to be in London. The first thing that happened was I lost my luggage. Has anybody else traveled to another country and had that happen?
Yeah.
It's great. I flew with Aer Lingus and I filled out a form because a woman said, "I don't know where your bags are. Would you like to fill out a form?" And I said, "Sure. Will that help find it?" And she went, "Well, you'll have paperwork." I was like, "Is that gonna?" She just her eyes just said no, but she nodded, and I was like, "Okay." So I filled that out, and then I called United Airways, and they said, "Yeah, we have your bag. We didn't send it to London." And I was like, "Why?" And they're like, "I don't know." But you can call Aer Lingus and tell them to get your bag. And I was like, "Can you just give that?" And they were like, "Nope." And then they hung up. So I called Aer Lingus. I was like, "Hey, turns out Chicago has my bag. Do you wanna get that from them?" And they're like, "Great. We'll call you in the morning. We'll deliver your bag." I was like, "Cool." Called them last night at 11 and said, "Hey, just wanted to follow up." And they're like, "Great news. We found your bag." And it's like, "No, I found my bag. Your paperwork has done nothing." And they're like, "Well, regardless, it's on its way to London." Or not London. They said Dublin. It'll be delivered at 10. And I was like, "I'm in London." And the guy went, "British accent." And I was like, "I'm very aware." And she was like, "It sounds like an Indian man." And I was like, "I'm positive." And then he comes back on and I'm like, "Hello." And he was like, "Great news. Your bags will be in London." Called in today and they were like, "Good news. We gave your bags to British Airways and we'll let you know when they've confirmed that they have it." And I was like, "What do you mean when they confirm that they have the thing you physically gave them? Did you just leave it in the airport in front of British Airways and be like, 'I hope you find your way home'?" I assume they just called me right now as I was on my way to the stage. I got a call from a private number, so we'll find out. That'll be fun. I don't know. It's been really fun being here, though. Like, I haven't heard the sound of gunshots and just believed that it was fireworks. Like, "Oh, it's close to the 4th of July. It's probably just some kids." And it's like, just negate the scream. I also have to say I'm very happy that there's not a lot of camouflage. That's something that, until you go to America, you won't understand. Half of the country is wearing camouflage right now. Which means half of the country is hiding from, I assume, the other half of the country. And they're not doing a great job of it because half of the country is covered in concrete. So you see someone walking around like a bush. So you're just like, you're very visible right now. Any other option of like a dark jean and a gray shirt would have pretty much made you invisible, but that is hideous. And camouflage phone cases are really popular, and it's like, if that really is a good quality case, if you drop it, you should never be able to find it again, right? Like, you should drop this in a pile of leaves and it's gone forever. That's how it should work. You should never be able to see it from... It's weird. I ran into a man, I was very confused with his attire, because he had a yellow reflective jacket and camouflage pants. And I was like, I don't know what you're trying to do here. Like, top half is construction, bottom half is some kind of Steven Seagal assassin. So, I just feel bad for the man that hits him with a car. Like, the top half was very visible. The bottom half just came out of nowhere and sucked him right under. It was a shame. It was a shame. I'm gonna end on a. We're gonna make a choose your own adventure ending. Do you want sex or American politics? Sex. Okay. They're about as funny. I noticed you have Tinder and Bumble and everything over here. I enjoy both of those. I hate Bumble though because it lies to you like a friend that has too much confidence in you. Like Tinder's honest. Tinder's like, hey, a lot of people having sex all around you. Hop in on that. Get in there. Get in there. Bumble's like, hey, have you tried moving your pictures around? Or maybe, why don't you put some questions in your biography so that people can ask you things? It starts a conversation. It's like, Bumble, why don't you be honest? Why don't you be like, have you tried jogging? Maybe hit the gym a little more, buy a sports car? I don't know. Lie? Have you tried lying? It's weird. And the thing I love about Tinder the most is it's more of a one-night stand than anything. Like, that's the first question on a Tinder date I get is like, what do you do? And I'm like, I work in a lot of things. And my rebuttal is, what's that thing you sexually want to do that you're not willing to admit to any partner until 4 a.m. when you're drunk? And she's like, this. And I'm like, good. Because fetishes are healthy. That's where I'm going to go with this. I'm going to wrap it up on this one. I will say this, women, don't ever trust a man with a foot fetish. They're not in it for your heart, they're in it for your soul. You can't trust that. It's not honest, is what I'm saying. The other one I've found, which was just very surprising in so many ways, is a balloon popping fetish. Has anybody run into that one? Yeah, I tried not to chuckle. I was trying to be respectful of their sexual ones, but it was like, I like to be, it's like, so you found something that both gets you off and scares all the dogs. This is great. This is great. But hey, this has been great. Thank you so much for having me. Give it up for your MC and host for tonight, everybody. Thanks for having me again.